What up?
Welcome to Unsolicited Shenanigans, our pre-show Shenanigans. But it's a trick, because this week our show is also Shenanigans.
Yeah, we're just sort of winging it. The pre-show is us yelling at Double to get up on the bed. Double! 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 Double!
That's
Double!
literally going to be our show.
Double! She wants to leave. Double! Come on. You gotta make this move quick.
Yeah.
There are other pets that want to be in here.
Also, we're recording.
You gotta go.
Go.
Double.
There we go.
My favorite secondary character is Double.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking about secondary characters this week, and as we've already talked about, we don't have notes this week. We're just going for it.
We're really scheduled and on top of things, and then we just didn't plan for this week.
Yeah.
Because that's how some weeks are. Some weeks you just don't.
Sometimes you have busy weeks.
Right.
Using that as a segue, because sometimes you don't know what's going on with people.
That's true.
Secondary characters, you don't know what's going on with them. Do you want to talk maybe about NPCs?
Yes.
Get all of our game stuff out of the way immediately, and then we can focus on, storytelling in our storytelling podcast.
Huh?
We're talking about NPCs.
We're talking about some NPCs. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about some yeah, so NPCs are, for those of you who don't know, is short for non-playable character.
Mm-hmm.
These you run across in tabletop games, in video games, in most games where there's a character that you are playing.
Yes.
And the other characters are not playable.
Right.
So usually these are people that give you quests, or villains, or sidekicks, or any genre of person that's not you. You got it.
Shopkeepers.
Lots of shopkeepers. There are so many of them.
Yeah.
Guards. Dragons. Dragons can be an NPC.
Yeah. They can be.
They can
But
be.
it's better if they're just a PC.
You always want to be playing a dragon.
It's best if you can be a dragon. I'm just gonna level with you.
That's just facts, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, do we want to talk about our favorite NPCs?
Yeah, who's your favorite NPC? Who's your favorite? Let's start with, media. Let's start with
Game.
big media, video game NPC.
Okay, because Borderlands is on trend right now, because Borderlands 3 is coming out in September.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my favorite NPCs is, anyone from Borderlands. No, I really like, Mordecai, in Borderlands 2, because he's just he's a troubled dude.
Yeah.
And you sort of go through this series of phases with him where you sort of see his fall and rise again. Because it turns out you go to get him, and he's got this bird called Bloodwing. And Bloodwing is the best, and is his pet bird. And so the big thing that happens is, so in one of the missions, Bloodwing gets captured, and you're like, oh shit, so Mordecai's you have to go help me rescue Bloodwing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important. She's my bird. They're best friends. And then Bloodwing ends up getting experimented on, and ends up being one of the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole fight, Mordecai's just you don't kill her. You just gotta stun her so I can fix her. And so then at the end of the fight, she's got a collar on that gives her a bunch of different powers,
Mm-hmm.
And then explodes and kills Bloodwing, and it's super sad.
Yeah.
But so it's and then you see him be really torn up about it. But it's one of those things where it's you don't really know anything about Mordecai, because he's one of the Vault Hunters from the first game.
Yeah.
So if you play the first game, you know about that. I didn't play the first game. So a lot of the development I got for him was just through his relationship with this bird, who is also an NPC. And is so just seeing their interactions, and then the interactions of him when she's not there anymore, really develop a character. And it's like, so you don't have a history or any sort of, like, he's going out on the big adventure with you. He is there. But, so it's really just from these interactions he has and the things you hear him say that build him up as this really great character.
Yeah.
And I like him a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
The Cheshire Cat?
Because he's the best?
Yeah.
No, you're talking specifically Cheshire from Madness, from American McGee's.
Alice. Yeah, he just, like, shows up and gives you ambiguous phrases.
Little fucker.
Which is great. And I love it because if you're old, if you're me,
you're 24. Shut up.
If you're an old lady like me,
oh my God,
you
stop.
have you played American McGee's Alice on the CD-ROM. You've got the and in the player manual, like off to the side, they have like this very detailed control panel, and it's like C is the hint button, but then like if you press it, you don't get a hint, you just get like a snarky saying from the Cheshire Cat, which is amazing.
Oh my God.
Because they like the manual made it seem like it was going to be like a game mechanic that you could get hints, and then that just didn't happen.
Instead, you just got a cat who is being sassy at you.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It was good. It was nice.
He's so cute, too.
He is.
He's
a
spooky.
cutie.
But he's great.
Spooky cute.
Creepy cute, as it were.
Yeah.
Hashtag. Love it.
Nice.
They're good. I like NPCs a lot.
And then do you want to talk about tabletop NPCs?
I love... So, if you are familiar with a good old podcast called Adventures over on Stupid Export, go listen to it. If you haven't, it's about to get real.
Listen to it if you have already listened to it, you cowards.
Listen to it again. Hot take. Since only V1 is up, I'm going to talk about good old LT.
Nice.
You know him. You love him. He's a gas mask wearing hippie dude. So
I thought you were. I don't know why. I really thought you were gonna say he's a gas mask wearing hypocrite, and I'm like, oh,
no.
What did he do? What did LT do to you? That
LT
I missed?
never did anything to me. LT was perfect. But no. So LT is this character, as many of Ben's characters are, that just sort of happen around you. They're there. But LT is really fun because he's like this really weird dude.
That should be our new definition for NPCs, is characters that happen around you.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
But LT is,
LT's great. But no, he's really fun and good because he's just like a dude. Like, he's a dude that exists in this world. He doesn't have any, like, grand part in it. He's just sort of there. And it shows that he's just sort of there, and like, as we're doing all these things, he's like, what? Why are you doing this? Why this thing? What's happening? This is my town. And it's just like, that's a good secondary character.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's got some stuff going on, but, like, he's really just living his life out there, being a dude. Roughing it in the woods, in the gas mask woods with the poison, and the poison and the gas mask tree. Yeah. I like a good LT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adventures has some good NPCs.
Like, what's her name? Mother Fart. That's it.
And Wimble Cartouche.
Pascal, but with 3 L's.
The names are interesting. The NPCs are also really good. There's I really like NPCs that we have for, like, an episode in Adventures. I really like Blurburb's brother.
Blurburb's
specifically.
brother.
He didn't get a name, but he decided he was gonna be evil a minute after he was born, and he went for it, and then he had, like, an existential crisis as he was dying, and then we're done.
And
that
was
never
over.
mentioned again. It's good. It's been interesting in the adaptation. But Adventures is a good thing to listen to if you want to get a wide selection of NPCs.
That really do just happen around you.
Yeah.
There are also some serious NPCs, also. Like Radley's father.
Yeah. Radley's father's...
It's usually fathers.
He's more of like a boss than like a... So technically he is, but that's like he's a subset
Boss father.
of
Boss father is also a subset of Adventures NPC.
That's true.
As it turns out. Fathers very specifically.
Also, like, Ethel was good.
Oh yeah, Ethel! Ethel showed up for one episode.
That's like the one...
Like 2 episodes?
I think Ethel might have come back. That's like, it's one of the ones that's just gone up, is where Ethel shows up.
Right.
And it's fun.
Ethel is just like really suddenly there and not important, but definitely there. She's got some sass to her.
Yeah.
And sassy NPCs are always good. We always like sassy Shenanigans.
And then, like, Adventures was kind of a good thing to talk about because it's like a podcast that we can recommend. You can go listen to it. But there's, like, I really like NPCs just in tabletop games generally. I like Edmund.
Oh my god, I love Edmund so much.
We can't advise that you go listen to our D&D campaign that we don't record, but if we could, I'd say it would be worth it just for Edmund.
Oh my god.
He's a good NPC.
He got shanghaied. I feel like we've talked about Edmund before, but I feel like we haven't described
We tried.
Edmund.
It's hard to describe Edmund.
He was
we talked about him being a halfling, and we went into his backstory a little bit, like, on the podcast a couple weeks ago, but he's, like, it's hard...
This is, like, our third time talking about Edmund.
I know.
I love it so much.
It's hard to do justice to Edmund is the downside of that. It's also fun, like, there's a big difference between encountering NPCs as a player and, like, making NPCs as a DM.
Yes.
Because, like, as a player, you're always like, how could you not like that NPC? And then as a DM, it's like, you're ruining all my plans. Please stop.
Are you talking about Pate?
Pate.
A little bit. Kat gave us an NPC named Pate, and it's ruining her life.
Yeah.
It's all her fault. Because Pate's too good.
He's...
Even though he's, like, level 2?
Yeah, he's, like, just recently hit level 2, and he's...
we're, like, level 6?
Yeah.
Pate! Oh my god.
It's one of those things, like, he's just one of those characters you get, like, really high or low rolls for. There's, like, very little middle ground, but, like, all of the stuff that he gets really bad rolls on are the things that don't matter. So, like, in combat, he's too good. And, like, in mystery solving, also too good.
Yeah.
Those are not his skills.
The rest of us are just garbage at everything.
And, like...
You know who my favorite NPC... I know you can't listen to this. You will be able to listen to it whenever it goes up, but that might not be for a year.
Is it Sparty?
Oh my god. I do love Sparty. My favorite thing about Sparty... I was actually going to talk about Tricky, but I'll make a segue about Sparty real quick. Sparty is... an idea of an NPC.
Yeah, Sparty is one of my favorites because he's a completely off-screen character, which you don't see a lot for NPCs.
Yeah,
he's like never in the thing.
You never know if Sparty is a real person or not, but they found a tablet that belongs to someone named Sparty, and he really is one of the best NPCs in the whole campaign because he leaves such an impression on the group. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But, oh my god, it's one of the best bits maybe in all of Adventures.
Good.
Ben will hold up that Smarty is the best bit in Adventures, and I'm like, ooh. I happened around that.
Alan is his own NPC.
I am my own NPC. But no, I was going to talk about Tricky Fingers.
Tricky Fingers is good.
Tricky Fingers is another... So, Kat is currently running a Game of Thrones tabletop campaign for us. And we were going up the Erie and...
Hold on. I'm just gonna, just a, side pin note thing. I love you. I love that it was, you're running... Kat's running a Westeros campaign for us, when it was really more of I badgered everyone into playing a Westeros thing so I could talk about Westeros more. But I loved that description so much.
We all agreed to it.
Running a Westeros campaign for us.
I'm trying to make you sound good.
I appreciate it. I liked it. I undid it, but I liked it while it was happening.
But so we were going up the Erie and we had to trade off pack mules. And we got one that was a little bit special. His name, well, he didn't have a name. But he ended up being a little bit bloodthirsty. And bit one of our campaign members. And, well, actually, I guess two. Because he attacked Jack also.
Yeah.
But so me and Ben, in our infinite wisdom, we're like, we're gonna adopt it! And Ben named this pack mule Tricky Fingers. He's just a pack mule who we keep with us. And sometimes he's bloodthirsty. Sometimes he just bites people a little bit. He hasn't killed anyone yet.
That you know of.
That we know of.
There was a suspicious amount of blood. Okay.
That's fine.
It's so funny. First of all, it's really funny for me as the DM because I am the only one with any kind of legitimate information about Tricky Fingers, but it's also a lot of fun for me as the DM to hear you guys complain about it because because you and Ben are no, he didn't kill anybody, this blood doesn't mean anything, we can't prove that, it's fine. And then William over the weekend he was complaining to me about how you guys adopted a bloodthirsty murdering donkey, and it's
fine, he's our friend.
Depending on who describes Tricky Fingers, there's such a stark contrast.
Yeah, as it turns out, even players can have distinct varying feelings about NPCs. I love Tricky Fingers. Because he's great. I love him.
He's good.
I always have the trouble of liking the chaos NPC. This has happened to me also in our Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We recently got an NPC named Chimera, who is the brainchild of two separate NPCs that were actually the same person. And they both died, but then we tried to resurrect one of them, and so he came back as an amalgamation of both the NPCs. And he's just he was born 2 weeks ago at this point, and he's got opinions, and Coin, before his retirement, was like, that's my new boyfriend. The one with the grenade launcher? That's my new boyfriend. Coin believes in having as many chaos boyfriends as possible.
I also believe in that.
Because it's good.
I also strongly believe in naming your pets after chaos characters.
Mm-hmm. You saying I need to name my next dog Tricky Fingers?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was saying.
No, what'd you say? What were you saying?
It's one of those jokes, where, if you name a cat Loki, the cat's going to be evil, but I 100% think you should name all the cats Loki all the time.
It's great, because then it's you have one cat that shapeshifts.
I do. I do, personally, also.
You do. You do not have a cat named Loki.
No one would let me name him Loki, because they're if you name him Loki, he's going to be evil. But he's got so many joints now that I wish he were named Loki.
Oh, Fry.
Fry man.
Sometimes you just have too many joints.
Sometimes that's how it goes. I told this to Alan off the podcast. Fry also will take baths with me.
Oh my god.
Is the thing that will happen.
He's so cute.
He's a weird cat, and he should have been named after a Chaos character. I'm just saying. That's fine.
I love him.
He's good.
I hope he knows that I love him. Because he's the best.
That's your next NPC.
Fry?
Fry.
Yeah! Hell yes! Fry and Tricky Fingers are gonna be best friends.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's I think all we got. We're just sort of rambling. Check in for the next part of the podcast, which is also just rambling.
It's also rambling, but we will give you advice.
Right.
That we did not give you here.
Yeah, because right now we're just talking about fucking Tricky Fingers and Chaos Boyfriends and... Yeah, maybe that's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you're into. It's what Coin's into.
Maybe that's our new podcast.
That's what Coin's into.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure.
Wait, what?
What? No, now we're doing that. It's too late.
Oh, no. I misunderstood. Okay, well, yeah. We'll see you in the next place.
Bye.
Bye.